Detective Pikachu. It was pretty cool. This is going to be a spoiler-free review of Detective Pikachu. I just went to see it. Still kind of fresh in the brain, so I haven't quite figured out how exactly I think about it. But generally, overall, it was good. It was exciting. This is the first time that we've seen it out of the animation sphere. The movie depicts like a completely different world. Even though it does have real human actors in it, there's obviously a lot of Pokemon. And when I mean like there's a lot of Pokemon, there's almost Pokemon in like every single shot just in the background doing something. And I can only imagine how long that would have taken just to animate that little thing that probably only 2% of the audience will ever see in the background. There's things that you recognize. I'm not like a die-hard Pokemon fan. I was never really like big into it. I don't think I ever finished a Game Boy game. But it is exciting to see Pokemon that you recognize, and for sure there were some Pokemon that I didn't recognize, but I had all of the staples there. And yeah, so I definitely think this movie is heavy with nostalgia, even if you're like me and you don't really know a lot about Pokemon, but you kind of like, you remember it from back in the day and it was pretty cool and you kind of watched a few episodes. Yeah, I think it would be cool. The problem that it has is for newcomers, it kind of you're just thrown in the deep end. There's like a little explanation to it, but if that's all that you have and are just kind of thrown in this world, you're like, what is that? What is that? Why does that have a thing on its what? Well, from my perspective, this is definitely for either people that grew up and loved Pokemon because it's very nostalgia heavy and just full of what I'm assuming is fan service, or two, you are very young and this kind of stuff would be exciting to you, and it is. It's a very G-rated version of a movie with Ryan Reynolds in it. At first, it was hard to kind of make that switch between Pikachu and Deadpool, because I know the voice is so iconically Deadpool to me, and so it was really weird having Ryan Reynolds as that kind of casting choice. You're like, okay, I can't see, but he does bring his own brand of comedy into it, but just G-rated, which if you enjoy, you'll love. If you hate Ryan Reynolds, probably don't go see this movie. The storyline is also very definitely kind of towards kids. The title being Detective Pikachu, obviously there's going to be a mystery, and for a regular moviegoer like me and someone who enjoys movies, it is a bit predictable. Like, you can definitely kind of see where it's going, and it's like kind of just putting it a bit too heavy on. But for a 6-year-old kid that's watching this for the first time and is kind of figuring out that mystery, obviously for them it's super exciting, and it is enjoyable to watch, especially if you're with younger people around you that are like excited that they've found out the mystery, or that they're like, I knew it kind of thing, you know. But yeah, other than that, I thought it was great. Would I watch another one of these? Yeah, I probably would. I wouldn't be overly excited about it, but it is such an immense, Pokemon is such like an immense world from what we've seen in this one movie, that there's so much to explore. I feel like if this movie is successful, we're going to see a lot more of it. Pokemon is kind of one of those things that kind of comes out through each generation. Like, I was there watching the animations when it kind of first came out as a kid, so I remember the first generation of Pokemon, but then there's other generations that have kind of led up afterwards, that are specific to, you know, other generations or other age brackets. I don't know if you could call it generations, we're still probably in the same generation, but you know, other age brackets growing up. And I think unlike some kind of franchises now, or reboots that we've seen that have something that was created way back that has been loved for so long without changing. It's like, you know, all of the Disney movies that are coming out, like your Aladdin, like your Beauty and the Beast, like your Jungle Book. The problem with those are they were beloved classics, but with Pokemon, it's always been evolving. It's always been evolving. There you go. It has always been evolving to the next evolution. Yeah, sweet. Done. That's what I thought of Pokemon Detective Pikachu. If you want to hear more, more specifically about the spoilers of this movie, if you want to hear me go in depth with this, definitely suss out the Film Slice podcast. That's what we're reviewing this week. It'll come out next Tuesday, so make sure you get on board for that. You can follow us on YouTube, or you can follow us on any good podcast streaming service. Cool, that's it. Alright, I'm done. See you later. Okay, bye.
System shut down.